Hi guys, welcome back to my simple kitchen. Today we're going to be making unstuffed pepper soup. Now I know it's still hot as Hades out there, but school has begun. We've got preseason football going on and we want some soup. So once again we're going to kick the AC down and we're going to make our soup. Now this is one of my favorites. I think that, now I know that my husband and my son like it a lot. And I think he will too. It really tastes like stuffed peppers. Now if you like stuffed peppers, you will love this soup. And once again, really easy, not a lot of ingredients. Right now what I have going is I have my onions. I've chopped up one small, one medium onion, and I'm caramelizing it in a small pan because I just like the way the onions taste when they've been caramelized. I just like the way they taste better when you've browned them a little bit. I just put a tablespoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. The olive oil will help keep it from burning because it's got a higher it can go at a higher burn rate than butter will. So I just cook these until they're slightly browned and clear, see-through, before I put them in the soup. Now I've got my pan on. I've got a Dutch oven pot over here. See? I've got that sitting and warming up, probably on medium to medium high. And the first thing I'm going to do with that, I guess what I should do first is show you my ingredients besides this onion. Now you can use a large onion, or you can use, like I said, I've got a small and a medium, or you can leave the onions out altogether, but the onions really help make it. I'm sorry, I tried to do it without the big light on, but it's hard. So anyway, what we have here, I'm going to be using, let me show you my ingredients. I have 2 pounds of ground beef. Now I use ground round, which is 85/15. I just like the taste of it better. It's got a little bit more fat than the lean. 3 cans of tomato soup and 64 ounces of beef broth, which is 4 16-ounce cans. I've got 2 green peppers that I've chopped up, and then I'm going to be using a cup of rice. Now, you guys know I like to have a little more rice in my soup, so I will use a little more than 1 cup. I probably use closer to a cup and a fourth, maybe not quite a cup and a fourth, but a cup and close to it. Now the first thing I'm going to do, besides brown my onions, is I'm going to throw the meat into the pot. And I am going to just brown it. I'm not going to cook it all the way through. I'm just going to brown it a little bit on medium to high heat. Break it up so it's got small chunks of beef in there. Now you really don't have to worry about getting all of the fat out of it after you cook it, because if you let it sit on the stove, when you turn it down to a simmer, the fat kind of rises up and you can skim it off once it's done. So it's good that way. So once you let this brown, alright, we're going to let this brown for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so now what I've done is let me show you. Once the meat is browned, you're going to toss in your green peppers and your onions and cook them until the meat is no longer pink. And then I cook it for probably another 5 minutes or so. Just let it all cook, let all those flavors meld together. And then, if you want, you can drain the fat. If not, don't. I have in the past, but like I said, once you put it on simmer, the fat is going to rise to the top and you can skim it off. Not a problem. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chicken broth and pour it in. I'm going to keep that on a medium-high heat setting to bring it up to a boil. Because we want to bring that up to a boil so that when we put our rice in, that rice won't stick together. Now if it gets too thick, you can always add more to it. This is a nice hearty soup. Now, I have made a cornbread with it. Cornbread goes really, really good with this. I love cornbread. Growing up with a southern mother, my mother is from Tennessee, and she made a lot of cornbread growing up, and I love cornbread. But my husband, growing up in Louisiana, didn't have a lot of cornbread, and although there are people from Louisiana that do eat a lot of cornbread, but my husband did not, because my mother didn't make a lot of cornbread. But he grew up on French bread, so we will be having French bread with this. We have French bread with just about everything. So now I'm adding my all 3 cans of tomato soup, and my spoon is falling into my soup, so I gotta move it. 3 cans of tomato soup. I'm telling you, I can cook fancier things. I just don't like to. I mean, I take that back. I do like to cook fancier things. I love to cook, but about 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with a degenerative disc disease, and I've had 4 major back surgeries, and it really bothers me to stand on my feet for a long time, so I can't cook as much as I used to. So, like I've said before, I have to pretty much get in and get out. So the tried and true recipes that I know I can do really quickly and don't have a lot of things are the things that I tend to cook most often. Alright, now I've added all of my soup, and I've added my beef broth. If you want to look at it. Now look at this beautiful stuff right here. You see that? That's some pretty stuff right there, isn't it? Now next I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Got to add salt and pepper to just about everything. Some Tony's. Like I said, we pretty much add it to everything, a generous amount, and then my salt, kosher salt, because it's easy to control. Alright, now, got you sitting on my rice. Alright, so now I'm going to, this is starting to bubble, I'm going to add my rice to this, and 1 cup of rice. If you want to watch, me. One cup. Probably another 1/4, if you can see in there, about another 1/4 cup, because I like it really meaty, little, you know, not so much that I can eat it with a fork, but it's a thick. I like my soup thick. So, and then I'm going to give it a nice stir. And I'm going to turn it down to a simmer, because if this burns on the bottom, you're going to have little burned pieces floating all over the place, and that is not good. Burned pieces in your soups, not good. So, that is my unstuffed pepper soup. This is going to simmer on my stove for a couple of hours. It probably would be ready in about an hour or so, but my husband won't be home for another hour and a half, so we probably will wait for, we all watch Big Brother together, so we'll probably wait for that to come on and we'll all sit down and eat with our cornbread, well, not cornbread, I'm sorry, with our French bread and watch our show together. So I hope you guys try it. I hope you like it, and have a great evening. Thanks for watching. Tune in again, and y'all have a great night. Bye, guys.